Hi, good morning or good afternoon. My name is Esmie, and I would just like to share some recent feedback or experience that I had teaching my tourism lesson to grade 11 students. So the lesson topic was about GDS and CRS. So the GDS is Global Distribution Systems, and the CRS is Central Reservation Systems. And yeah, I would like to tell you about the successes I had, the shortcomings and challenges that I faced, and what I would like to improve in the future. So I have a few successes. This was a very engaging topic, and I really enjoyed giving this lesson to my students. The first thing that I did that I could see worked was that I used real-world examples. So that includes showing them examples. I had a video on hand. I had examples printed out of how the platform Amadeus works, as well as how the platform Galileo works. I also used examples in my classroom to explain to them how if you book on this platform and someone else books, someone else will know about this booking, if you can understand what I mean. This is very crucial topic for tourism students to understand, because it's the backbone of our tourism industry, is this technological platforms that we use. Another successful thing that I did was I did a very interactive simulated activity with them, where they were divided into groups, and each group were a different platform or a different booking organization, and how if all of them work together, how it seamlessly integrated with each other, so that they could understand how these GDS and CRS integrate with each other and how they work to make the tourism industry what it is today. So that was another thing that I saw, that the students really liked this hands-on activity, and they were very engaged, most of them. The last thing was the third thing that I would say I was very successful is I reached my personal goal with the lesson is to have them participating, and they were in discussions, they asked questions, they were very engaged, because they were not just sitting and listening to me reading out of the handbook, but because I was busy with them, I was walking around the tables, I was showing them what to do, how to do this, and those were my successes of the lesson. I did have a few challenges. The first one was because it's a very technical, it's all about technology. There were some students that doesn't have the foundational or the fundamental knowledge about technology that maybe they didn't get in their previous years in school, or whatever the reason might have been. But this was a challenge for me to try and let these kids or children, understand what I was teaching them. The other one was time management. The activity that the simulated activity took longer than expected, much longer. So that was a big challenge for me. In the end, we were rushed. There was no time for questions or feedback, which was troublesome for me, because that's the best part about ending the lesson with this reflective session to see what they actually understood from your lesson. And the last thing that was a challenge is that there was a few children that was not fully engaged. And this could be of various reasons: personal problems, they don't feeling overwhelmed because of the technological part of it and not understanding, and maybe because they felt rushed because of the time. So yeah, those were my three biggest challenges. So a few things that I will do in the future to improve is definitely I will start the lesson by doing some foundation technology terminology with them, so that they understand the foundations before I go into the topic that I want to discuss with them. And then I will break down the activities. The activity that took too long, I will break it down in smaller parts and maybe do this lesson over 2 periods, a double period, or break it down so we do half now and the other half in the next lesson, just to break down the activity step by step and have questions after every step so that we all get to the end goal together, if you understand what I mean, to have just smaller segments. And then the reflective part, where I didn't get the chance to receive any feedback from them, or I couldn't ask them questions at the end. I think when I do my time management well, in the future I will be able to include the reflective part into my lesson, where I can ask them questions and they can ask me questions and give me some feedback about what they have learned in this lesson. So yeah, all in all, the lesson was successful. I thoroughly enjoyed this lesson, because it is usually something really hard to grasp if you just read about it. It's quite boring as well. But the moment that you put it into practice and you put it into an activity, that's when they realize it's actually not that boring. It's actually what tourist travel agents, airlines, hotels, that's what they use on a daily basis for the whole system, tourism system, to work. And once I see them, like the eyes shining because they grasp it, that's when I know that I've done a good job. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.